read the blurb by now that Kelvin Benjamin has been having trouble with conditioning at Panthers camp. He had trouble last year. He's having trouble this year because he spent the whole offseason off his leg. More than likely, Greg Olsen will be the Panthers' number 1 target, but I think Funchess definitely will be the number 2. I don't think there's going to be a huge difference in fantasy points between Funchess and Benjamin. I think they'll have very similar production. But why take Benjamin in the 3rd when you can get Funchess in the 10th? And in dynasty formats, Benjamin's also, again, going in the 3rd round, and Funchess is going in the 9th. Funchess was the player that broke out younger, and he's also the player that you definitely want on your dynasty team. Let some other owner waste that pick on Kelvin Benjamin only so you can take the better player, Devin Funchess, later in your draft. My next bit of information, Thomas Rawls is expected to be healthy for week 1, and so is Eric Ebron. Rawls currently has an ADP in the 4th round. A steep price, but he was terrific when he played last year. However, the Seahawks did go out and draft not 1, but 2 running backs in the 2016 draft, CJ Prosise and Alex Collins. The hype train of the NFL offseason has been making frequent stops at the CJ Prosise station, but injuries have set him back a bit, and now the train has returned to the much overused station of Christine Michael. Reports are saying that Christine Michael has had an awakening.
There has been an awakening. Have you felt it?
No, General Snoke, I most certainly have not felt it. This story seems all too familiar for me. Year after year we have listened to this. Christine Michael has been repeatedly talked up, and repeatedly we have been let down by Christine Michael. Frankly, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the false hopes. And most importantly, I'm tired of the disappointment. Until I see him actually do something in the NFL, I will not believe in Christine Michael. He did have 2 good games last season, just 2. And by all indications, he had a good offseason. And while I don't think Rawls will be a workhorse back, I would be surprised to see Michael and Rawls as a tandem throughout the entirety of 2016. In Dynasty, I'd much rather have Prosise or Collins as opposed to Michael. Alex Collins is a guy that many people have written off because he's supposedly a subpar athlete. But he showed that he could be productive during his time at Arkansas. When the postseason initially began, before the draft, I saw a lot of things that had Collins as that number 3 running back after Ezekiel Elliott and Derrick Henry. Then as the offseason ran its course, you saw him fall more and more. Prosise is also an interesting option. I've heard several analysts say that he could be this year's David Johnson. And it makes sense. Prosise is a wide receiver who converted to running back and was very successful at Notre Dame. I'm pretty sure a Rawls-Prosise combo gives the Seahawks the most variety to their offensive game, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was a Collins-Prosise combo by the end of the year. That's a little bit of a bold prediction, but write it down. As for Eric Ebron, I think he could be this year's Jordan Reed. Jordan Reed was continually plugged as a guy that could be a top 5 tight end if he stayed healthy. And last year, and we finally saw it. It was fantastic. You probably drafted him nice and cheap, and he most likely helped you make a nice run at the championship. Eric Ebron could do the same thing for you this year. Currently, his ADP is in the 13th round. That means you can take Eric Ebron as the last player going onto your roster before you take a kicker and a defense. He's being drafted as a tight end too, but with the loss of Megatron, targets are up for grabs. And this could be the year we finally see Eric Ebron put it all together. Sadly, in Dynasty Leagues, if you want him, you're definitely not getting him for any kind of discount. Currently, he's being drafted, I think, around the 10th round, right around the same time as Tyler Eifert. So Dynasty players certainly haven't lost their trust in him, but in redraft, there's a lot of upside there. Well, guys, that is our show. Again, don't forget to send any and all of your questions to jetsetdynasty@superfantasybros.com and follow the show on Twitter @jetsetdynasty. Also, don't forget to check out the website, superfantasybros.com, and let us know what you think of it by filling out the Contact Us form. Anything that you think should be on the website or something you want to see, let us know. Your feedback really means a lot to us and helps us make the site better. This is Jordon Nutter signing off for today.
Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.